right, welcome. This is Crypto Silas Umekwe. It's great to be on call this afternoon, and I'm going to be briefly sharing with all a few facts about the whole idea of the million money cryptocurrencies and all of that. So welcome to this Million Money Bootcamp 1.0. Welcome. This is Crypto Silas Umekwe. Okay, while we wait a few minutes, we're going to be kicking off in exactly 5 minutes. By 3:05, we'll get started. So please, I hope you gain so much value from this. This is promising to be an amazing experience. So guys, welcome to this call. And I'm sure at the end of this whole boot camp, you would have learned so much. I mean, so much. So while we wait to get started, in the next few minutes, please just stay on the call. And I'm sure if you have any question, please feel free to drop them in this comment section. We are also live on YouTube, so feel free to drop your comments and questions in the comment section, and we will take them as soon as possible. Thank you very much. Okay, so a few persons are finding it difficult connecting on Zoom. So let me take care of that in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Probably they have an issue with the password. So let me get that fixed and sorted out. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, now let's get straight to the business of today. What are we going to be talking about today? What are we going to be talking about today? Okay. I'm admitting a lot of people are coming on board. Okay, I think we've sorted out the issue with the referral registration link. So we are good to go. We are good to go. I can promise you within the next few minutes, I'll be out of your face. I'll be out of your face in the next few minutes. But I want to promise you that you're going to gain so much value from today's webinar. All right, so guys, this is a 3 days webinar, and the first day I'll be anchoring it, which is today. And I'm going to be talking about cryptocurrencies, blockchain, Ethereum, smart contracts, and we're also going to be looking about the looking at the Million Money Project. Then also the day 2, a very good friend of mine, a level 5 achiever, Blessing Ejedo, will be handling that aspect, and she'll be talking about how you could make money from the Million Money. She will talk about the compensation plans and how you can actually recruit people into this business. In the next 30 minutes, I should be out of your face. On the third day, we are going to be looking at understanding the Million Money interface, registration, upgrades, and basically how you can, get started in the Million Money project. And at that point, I'm sure everybody here will be on his way to getting his or her 2 members making so much money and all of that. Now, also on this call, I am going to be debunking a lot of myths. Now, a lot of people have heard that cryptocurrencies is a scam. The fact that a lot of people say Million Money Project in itself is a scam is not new. I've been in the crypto space for over half a decade, and I can tell you that most people always call stuff they don't understand scam. That's one thing we need to understand. What people don't understand, they always term it as scam. I've been in this space for a while, and I've seen people call cryptocurrency a scam. I've seen people call Ethereum a scam. I've seen people call Bitcoin a scam. I've seen people call the blockchain technology a scam. Right now, Million Money came up with the whole came out from a different perspective when we talk about the came up with a different perspective when we talk about the smart contract. Now, this led to the birth of a new era. So many platforms came up talking about smart contracts. A lot of projects came up. A whole lot of projects came up. Even MMM came back with a smart contract. A good number of projects came up with smart contracts. Now, a lot of people also started calling it scam. Now, I've seen a lot of YouTube videos talking about Million Money being a scam. I've seen so many articles. I've seen so many posts, both on Instagram, on Facebook. And by God's grace, I'm going to be explaining most of those parts and most of those aspects today. So I hope you stay till the end of this call. And if not, always feel free to watch the video on YouTube over and over and over again. So guys, without wasting so much time, let's get into the business for today. Okay. So basically, we are looking at cryptocurrencies basically. Now, the first thing I'm going to be answering is, what is cryptocurrency? What is cryptocurrency? Now, cryptocurrency is a purely digitized currency. And what that means is simply that cryptocurrency is a currency that is on the system, is digitized. You cannot hold it. It's not physical. It's completely digitized. It's completely digitized. Now, but the difference between cryptocurrencies and any other digital currency is the fact that it is made using high-level encryption. And that high-level encryption is what we call cryptography. Now, this makes it impossible to counterfeit. It makes it very impossible to counterfeit. All right, so welcome to day one of this project. Let's get into this. Now, I'm going to use this image to explain cryptocurrency. Now, I believe you can see this chart. First of all, we have digital currencies generally. Digital currencies generally. Now, these are value represented digitally. Now, there are so many, there are so many examples of this. If you've ever played any game, let's take, for instance, Mario. If you played Mario those days, you know, when Mario was always running, he will hit, earn some coin, earn some coin, earn some coin. If you play some fighting games, some games, as a matter of fact, when you get to a certain level, you earn a coin, you earn this. All those are digital currencies. All those are digital currencies. Now, under digital currencies, there are different types of digital currencies. Now, there are digital currencies that are denominated as legal tender. Then there are those that are not legal tender. Now, the ones that are not legal tender are the virtual currencies. These are the type you see in your games, right? Then we have the type like the PayPal, e-money, and the rest of them. These are legal tenders, digital currencies. You know, you could just transfer value by sending numbers from your PayPal account to another account. There is no physical transfer of cash. It's just transfer of numbers, but it is also very, very legal. Now, when you have some games, now when we now move down to virtual currencies, where you see some currencies, some of these currencies are converted, they are convertible to, normal cash, while some are non-convertible. Like I said earlier, we have the game coins. No matter how many coin you earn in Mario, you can't convert it to cash, no matter how many coin you earn in your Mario. So that's exactly what we're talking about. Why there are some other currencies, digital currencies, that are convertible to real world goods, services, and money. Now, there are also, when we look, two types. Now, the two types is the ones that are centralized, then there's the ones that are decentralized. Now, what is the difference between centralized currency and decentralized currency? Centralized currency is a currency that we know there's a body, there's a governing body that is in charge. There's a governing body that is in charge of decentralization. Just a minute, I'm getting. Okay, so we know the bodies in charge of the centralization. Take, for instance, the Nigerian Naira. The Nigerian Naira is a centralized currency. Now, we are going completely off digital currencies now. We are just talking about centralized. I'm trying to explain centralized currencies. Now, what that means is the central body governing that currency has the right to do and make certain decisions as regarding the currency. So there is an authority, there is a central authority that controls both the supply of the currency, that controls both the production of the currency. Now, that is a centralized system. Now, just recently within the COVID period, the United States printed well over, 6 trillion, if I'm not mistaken, dollars was printed out of the blues. Now, that can only happen when we have a centralized system. So, but when we look at cryptocurrencies, cryptocurrencies fall under the decentralized type of money. Decentralized type of money. Now, what does it mean to have a decentralized money? It simply means that there is no particular person in charge of this money. Nobody is in charge. It's just everybody now becomes the police. Cryptocurrencies work with what we call a consensus protocol. And what's a consensus protocol? That a lot of people need to agree that it has a value. Then and only then can you say it has a value. A lot of people, the whole community is in charge of looking after it. It's decentralized. It's decentralized. So basically, that's cryptocurrencies for you. Now, let me quickly share something that you would find very interesting. Now, cryptocurrencies can only be made possible, or rather, one of the main reasons why cryptocurrency is very secured, one of the main reasons why cryptocurrency is very powerful is because it is built on the blockchain. It is built on the blockchain. Now, the next question arises. What is the blockchain? What is the blockchain? So we say the blockchain is simply a decentralized distributed ledger technology that allows data to be stored globally on millions of servers while letting everyone else to see everyone's entry and in close to real time. In fact, it is very near real time. Now, it's a type of database where transaction is stored in blocks. That's why you hear blockchain. So we have transactions stored in blocks, and these blocks are linked together in order by cryptographic codes. Now, please take note. They are not just linked. We don't just pile blocks. They are linked in order. And this order makes it very impossible to manipulate or edit. And these things are done by cryptographic code. Remember when we talked about high-level encryption when we were talking about cryptocurrencies? Now, this is exactly what we are talking about. And once a transaction has been appended to the blockchain, it becomes immutable, meaning you cannot not, in fact, you can't have any influence over a transaction that has been appended into the blockchain. Now, some very key features of the blockchain technology, in fact, of the blockchain itself, not just the technology now, is one, it provides high-level transparency. High-level transparency. That means every transaction on the blockchain is visible. You can see every transaction going on the blockchain. Now, another feature is the fact that it is immutable. This is so key. It's so key because once you append a transaction, you cannot. Once a transaction has been confirmed on the blockchain, 2, 3, 4 confirmations, you cannot take it back. You cannot take it back. So we also need to understand that aspect. Another aspect is the fact Another aspect is the fact that it provides faster settlement. Faster settlement. Now, what that means is, normally, those days when we started trading Forex, if you want to send money to your broker account, sometimes it could take as much as 3 days. Can you imagine? Okay, I want to fund my trading account and I need to send maybe $500, and I can't have access to the money after sending it till about 3 working days. But with the blockchain, we have faster settlement, very fast settlement. Now, compared to the traditional system, the same amount of time it would take me to send money or send value to someone standing right in front of me is the same amount of time it would take me to send money to someone over 5,000 to 100,000 miles away from me. So the settlement is way, way faster compared to the traditional method. Another key feature of the blockchain is the decentralized nature. There is no governing authority that is in charge of the network. It is decentralized, which makes it very, 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 very important, which makes it very, very key. Now, also, having known that, what again do we need to understand? What we need to understand is the fact that the blockchain itself provides the best security you can have. The best security you can have. Now, a lot of people don't understand why we say the blockchain is very secure. Now, I'm going to break that down. When we say the blockchain is very secured, it means that you can attempt to, nobody say you can't attempt to, hack the blockchain. Of course, you can attempt it. But the thing is, because of the consensus protocol, it would be close to impossible, and not just impossible, unprofitable. I believe if anybody wants to attempt a hack, you are going to be looking at, okay, what do you stand to gain when you finally succeed in hacking? But with the system, with the way the blockchain is, if you eventually succeed in hacking one system, don't forget we said it works with a consensus protocol. Immediately you connect your one system to the entire blockchain network. What's going to happen? The entire blockchain network is going to revert that your one system back to the existing system. So it's going to correct it. There will be an auto correction. If you hack two systems on the blockchain, it will correct it. For you to be able to successfully hack the blockchain, you have to do what is called the 51% attack. A lot of people don't know. You have to do what is called the 51% attack. Now, what is this 51% attack? It means that you have to have at least 51% of all the computers in the node on the blockchain network. So let's look at Bitcoin, for instance, that has millions of nodes. So if we assume that there are 1 million nodes in the Bitcoin network, the Bitcoin blockchain network, now for you to hack it, it means you need to have 51% of the number of nodes presently. And that whole 51% will now help you to carry out that. But why is it not possible to have 51%? Not only is it very, 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 very very expensive. It's very expensive to run one node. Now you're running 2, 3, 4. You're running 500,000 nodes, and you're trying to, you want all of them to choose a particular transaction. You want to actually change a particular transaction with the hope or the intention that, okay, you'll be able to confirm all of them. Now, the amount of power that you will need, the amount of power you will need to power 51% of all the computers in the network will be more than the entire power that you would need to supply the whole of Africa light. Okay, and you may say I'm a exaggerating a bit, but I'm trying to tell you how much power you will need to generate if you want to attempt a hack. Now, we are not talking of the number of systems, mining machines you will need to have. Now, let's look at the amount of power you need to generate. Then we look at the mining machines you need to have. Then you will see how unprofitable it will be to even attempt a hack on the blockchain. So there's actually no sense in attempting a hack on the blockchain. So this makes the blockchain very, very secured. So having talked about the blockchain, I will talk briefly about Bitcoin. But before I do that, let me just show us something. Let me show us the coin market cap, so we can have an understanding of some of the things I'll be talking about here. Okay, so here is a picture of the coin market cap. Now I'm going to be sharing some powerful things here, so just pay rapt attention. Now, as you can see, we have so many. This chart is showing you the top 100 cryptocurrencies by market capitalization. And what do we mean by market capitalization? We simply mean the total amount of money people have invested in a particular market. That's what market capitalization is. Capital, the word capital is from money, like your capital for business. So market capitalization is simply saying how much money have people invested in a particular currency. If you look at Bitcoin, which is number one here, you can see that Bitcoin has a market capitalization of $172 billion. $172 billion. Now let's come up here. From here, you can see that we have presently listed on the coin market cap 5,599 different cryptocurrencies. So, guys, cryptocurrency is not going anywhere anytime soon. We have over 5,599 with a total market capitalization of $266 billion. Is an industry that is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. So you better adapt to it. You better adapt to it. Now, having said that, let's continue with what we have. Okay, so I'm going to be explaining briefly. Just a minute. Okay, so I'm going to be explaining some important aspects of the blockchain. Now, some things you need to understand about the blockchain. One of the reasons why I'm taking time to go deep into this, because it will provide a solid foundation for us while we look into the Million Money Project. Now, there are 7 key sectors that the blockchain is going to disrupt. The first, in fact, everybody knows about the first, is banking and payments. We already know that cryptocurrencies is already disrupting seriously the banking system, because you can do any amount of transaction without a third party, courtesy of the blockchain. So the banking system is going to feel the disruption. The voting system, the fact that you can have voters registration on the blockchain. Now, this will ensure transparency in the registration. It will ensure transparency in the verification, and it will also ensure transparency in counting. And as we speak, there's a few companies that have taken the lead to start providing voting solutions on the blockchain. Then the cryptocurrency Okay, so sorry for the break in transmission. Okay, so back to what we're saying. You would pardon me, I'm presently in Nigeria and our network is so blessed. Our network is so blessed. All right, so talking about the disruption that the blockchain is going to bring, it's going to bring disruption in the healthcare system. Now, this is one I'm very particular about, because if a fellow or an individual is sick and he has been undergoing a certain medication in one location, if he had all his records stored on the blockchain, whether he travels to India, he travels to Uganda, he travels to any part of Europe, wherever he travels to, you would have access to every data. So you know the drugs he has taken, the drugs he has reacted to, so there will be continuity. But right now, where we don't have this, we have anytime you go to any particular hospital, they start diagnosis afresh with no previous record. So the blockchain is going to bring a serious disruption. And another place the blockchain is going to bring disruption is in real estate. Then, now what is it going to bring exactly in real estate? Now, one of the major issues in Africa, Nigeria in particular, is the fact that we always have land disputes. There is always land disputes. Now, you see one particular land can be sold to 4 or 5 persons. Why? Because some people are going ahead to forge the papers. But with the blockchain, that is impossible. It's very impossible to do something like that. So the blockchain is going to provide heavy solution in the real estate industry. And the final point where the blockchain is going to provide a heavy solution is in crowdfunding. Crowdfunding. Now, we are gradually going into what we are here for. Crowdfunding. Now, one of the aspects that the blockchain is going to provide solution for us, like I said, is in crowdfunding. Now, let's quickly understand this. For us to have that kind of system, we must by all means understand that we need a platform on which this is possible, or on which this can be made possible. Now, and that platform has been provided by Ethereum. Has been provided by Ethereum. And what is Ethereum? What is Ethereum? Now, Ethereum is simply an open source public blockchain, a blockchain-based distributed computing platform. And it also has, is also what a blessed network. Okay, so like I was saying, the fact that the blockchain is an operating system means that other functionalities can be built into it. And one of the key functionality of the blockchain is smart contract. Smart contract. Now, another thing we need to understand, if you had seen the blockchain, the coin market cap that I shared earlier, you would have seen that Ethereum is right at the second position. Ethereum is right at the second position of the blockchain. Number 2 is valued presently at $230 and has a total market capitalization of $25 billion. So you see, owning Ethereum is one of the next, or one of the best things you should do at the moment. Owning Ethereum is one of the best things you should do at the moment. You need to have a portion of Ethereum, no matter how small. Now, which is one of the things our business helps us to do. But what does it help us to do exactly? That's exactly where we now look at the smart contracts. Now, let me talk briefly about the smart contract before we now delve into the Million Money project. Now, the concept of the smart contract has been there since before the advent of Bitcoin. A computer scientist called Nick Szabo detailed his idea of cryptocurrency in what was called BitGold in 1996. So Bitcoin idea has existed long before. He also outlined the concept of smart contract in that 1996 publication. So the word smart contract has existed for over 20 years. So don't think it's just one new technology that everybody is raving about. Oh, smart contract. No, the whole concept has existed for over 20 years. And a smart contract is a computer protocol that is intended. The main aim is to digitally facilitate, verify, or enforce the negotiation or performance of a contract. Now, this smart contract allows the performance of credible transactions without a third party. So you need to understand that the smart contract is a centerpiece and is the main trust of the Ethereum blockchain. The smart contract. We have a whole number. In fact, out of the 5,599 cryptocurrencies you saw in the coin market cap, a good chunk of them, if not well over half of them, are built on the Ethereum blockchain. So you can see how powerful Ethereum is. So the smart contract is a very powerful feature. Many variations of smart contract are prevalent in the blockchain context. Now, since you can deploy your smart contract on the blockchain, once it's done, the smart contract leverages on the immutable recording and trust model of the blockchain, which makes the all right. Sorry about that. I think this will be fixed by tomorrow, by our next day 2. We'll make sure we have a more stable network. So sorry about the fluctuating networks. All right, so back to what we're talking about at the smart contract. The fact that the project is built on the smart contract doesn't necessarily mean that the contract cannot be a bad contract. However, once any project is written into the Ethereum, once any contract is written as a smart contract, it is immutable and it possesses every quality and every property of the blockchain technology. Now, the project we are looking at here is the Million Money. The Million Money. Now, the Million Money is also a smart contract project. I'm not going to go deep into Million Money tomorrow as the second speaker today, as the second speaker is going to do justice to that. However, I'm going to talk a bit, or I'm going to give us an introductory aspect to the Million Money. Now, what Wow, I've been very silent all the while. So sorry. I was muted. So I'll go all over again. I said within the next few minutes, I'm going to explain why Million Money is a legitimate program. And I like explaining Million Money in terms of four aspects, four basic aspects. And the aspects is one, Million Money is a crowdfunding program. First, Million Money is a crowdfunding program. Secondly, Million Money crowdfunding program has been written into the Ethereum blockchain as a smart contract. So once you understand all these aspects, it will be very easy to explain to somebody or to have a better understanding about the whole concept of Million Money. Now, when you tell me Million Money is a scam, yes, I want to listen to you. I want to believe you. But most times when you see all those people talk, they talk from a point of lack of understanding. Now, I'm going to be resolving that. Now, I'm going to be shedding more light on that. If you pick Million Money projects, you'll be able to break it into these four aspects. Crowdfunding, whose aim is to get you a lot of Ethereum, which is the currency it deals with. And it's a smart contract that is built on the blockchain. These are the four things, the four features that the Million Money is made of. Now, the question is, we'll pick each of these features one by one and look at them. If we find any of these features that is a scam, then you are free to call Million Money a scam. You're free to call Million Money a scam. Now, let's look at the first feature, feature number one. It's a crowdfunding system. Is crowdfunding a scam? That's the first question we need to ask. Is crowdfunding a scam? As a matter of fact, if you understand what crowdfunding is, then you would know that crowdfund is not a scam. Now, one of the major guys that went out to call Million Money a scam, it's so happy that he also has a couple, not just one. He has a couple of crowdfunding projects that he's fronting. In fact, some of them are his personal projects. So if you say crowdfund is a scam, it means you calling it a scam, you're a scam artist as well. But I would also tell you that crowdfunding is not a scam, and I'm going to tell you reasons why. Why do I say crowdfunding is not a scam? The first thing you need to understand is what is crowdfunding. So crowdfunding is a system whereby a company or individuals raise money legally in order to take care of a particular project or meet a particular need. And if you have your internet there with you, feel free to Google the JOBS Act signed by President Barack Obama in 2012. JOBS Act. Now, what is JOBS? JOBS simply means Jumpstart Our Business Startup. Jumpstart Our Business Startup. Now, under this act, signed into law by President Barack Obama of United States of America, he went on to give crowdfunding a legal backing. So it is legal to crowdfund to raise money for a business. So if you can raise money for a business, everybody here knows why he or she is in Million Money or why you intend to join Million Money. But I'm sure it's because you want to raise money for a particular need, which is exactly what crowdfunding is about. So if you can understand that crowdfunding is legal and that Million Money, first of all, is a crowdfund system, then you will have no problem believing that it's not a scam. Because that is the key part, that's the key area. Now, the second aspect of the Million Money is that is a smart contract. Now, a smart contract means that there is no third party. Means that we don't need an admin. We don't need an owner. A lot of people have come up with the question that, okay, if Million Money is not a scam, so who is the owner of Million Money? Now, that question is simply a question that is born out of sheer ignorance or complete stupidity. Now, why do I say that? Most of the people asking these funny questions are heavily involved in Bitcoin. Now, do you know the person that founded Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto? It's a pseudonym of one person or a group of persons that nobody has an idea who he is. So all of a sudden, it's okay to believe in Bitcoin that has no known owner. But all of a sudden, somehow, because Million Money does not have an owner that is known, is a scam. No, you just think about it. Reason it. I believe we have brain. Reason it. I see no sense inside. If you tell me Million Money is a scam because you don't know the owner, then it means you shouldn't be involved in cryptocurrencies in the first place. Because one of the key features of cryptocurrency is the fact that it provides and produces a certain level of anonymity. It's not completely anonymous, but it provides a certain level of anonymity. So if I can produce a code and launch it into the public blockchain, and it's not functioning, why should you call it a scam? Simply because my face is not in front. How many projects have we known those that founded it and they are still scams? We could go on and on and on to list. So many projects, the CEOs will come out, the faces of the projects will come out, and at the end of the day, they will run away with people's money. That is still a scam. So the fact that the owner is known, or the owner or whoever wrote the code is unknown, is not a criteria to judge the legality of any project, as a matter of fact. So having known that, the next aspect you are going to look at is the fact that it helps you gather Ethereum. I had somebody that I used to hold in high esteem before say something like, Million Money is not the real Ethereum. Now, that is born out of complete ignorance. Million Money is not a coin. Million Money is not a cryptocurrency. Million Money is a project, and it works with Ethereum. Ethereum, ETH, the Ethereum that was produced by Vitalik Buterin. So, I mean, how else would you say it's not the real Ethereum, it's not the original Ethereum? Do we have a fake Ethereum? I mean, I've read all manner of stuff, and people are completely ignorant and naive. Please do yourself a favor. If you want to talk bad about a project, ask the people. In fact, it's a decentralized project, so you can actually be a part of it without anybody knowing. Check, at least do your due diligence. The Ethereum that is being shared on the Million Money platform, the Ethereum that is being used on the Million Money platform, the Ethereum that is earned on the Million Money platform is the same Ethereum you can buy from Remitano, Paxful, Luno, Binance, and everywhere. Is the same Ethereum. There is no different Ethereum. Million Money does not have its own private currency. It's the same Ethereum. So would you say that earning Ethereum is a scam simply because you want to promote your own coin? Is there any sense in it? Now, the fourth aspect of Million Money is the fact that it's built on the blockchain. Now, what is the advantage of that? It shows us that there is a level of security. That means no matter how much you earn, your money is safe, provided you do what is expected of you. So, having understood this, we've looked at the 4 key aspects or 4 key elements that makes up the Million Money. It's a crowdfunding system. It's a smart contract. It's built on the Ethereum blockchain, and it helps you earn a lot of Ethereum. Once you understand this aspect, I mean, the next question will be, which aspect of it is a scam? If you can tell me one aspect that is a scam, then in fact, I'll be amazed if you can just show me one aspect of the Million Money project that is a scam. Now, one aspect a lot of people will look at is the fact that, okay, why is it built in a binary structure? I mean, you can ask so many questions, but the future of marketing presently is network marketing. Ask the president of the United States, Donald Trump. He's heavily involved in network marketing. Ask one of the richest men in the world. Ask Richard Branson. Ask Robert Kiyosaki. Network marketing is one of the best forms of marketing as we speak. So it only makes sense that every company or any set of persons that want to adopt this or that want to market any business to adopt the network structure. And if you look at it, compared to the traditional forms of marketing where you're printing billboards, flyers, newspaper, online ads, and all of that, with network marketing, you have people advertising and marketing your project or your product with their own resources, with the aim of getting some commissions afterwards. So it only makes sense that any company that wants to really go far, go global, to adopt the network marketing model. So that the fact that a company adopted the network marketing model doesn't mean it's a scam. So on that note, I think I have exhausted the time I have for today. So in a couple of minutes, I'm going to be taking questions so we can round up for today's session. Then by tomorrow, our second speaker, Blessing Ejedo, is going to be giving us brief and not just brief, right? Detailed information about the Million Money and how you can get started. So I'm going to be taking questions. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them on the comment section, both on YouTube and on the Zoom call. So feel free to drop your questions. Okay, someone said something. My small team of a little over 100 people are distributed among 4 countries. Is that not amazing? Is that not amazing? That you can start a business and from one local community, you can have team members all around the globe. So this is just so amazing. This is just so amazing. Someone here is saying, I'm joining live from UAE with over 450 members currently in my team. Now, this is exactly what I talk about, the power of network marketing. The power of network marketing. So, guys, I mean, this is amazing. This is amazing. This is so, so amazing. Okay, so basically, I'll be closing this session for today, and I believe you have found value. I believe you have found value, and if you have, please feel free to drop your your questions or your comments in the comment section, and at the nearest possible time, I would respond to them. So by all means, guys, please make sure you connect with us tomorrow. Make sure you connect with us tomorrow at the same time, 3 p.m., where the second speaker for this Million Money Bootcamp will be doing justice. Now, someone said, my question is, how solid and reliable is the Ethereum? Is the cryptocurrency Ethereum? I mean, we just saw that a few minutes ago on the coin market capitalization. We saw that, I think you came in quite late, so I would just I would give a little, you know. Let me just show you, so this would answer your question. How let me see, I'm trying to share this. Okay, somebody say, how solid is Ethereum? Now, if you look at the coin market capitalization, that's coin market cap, we have 5,599 cryptocurrencies listed on the coin market cap. We have way more that are not listed there. Now, out of these 5,599, Ethereum is number 2, just following after Bitcoin. And it has a total market capitalization of $25 billion. That means $25 billion is already invested in Ethereum as we speak. How solid, again, can you expect a currency to be? As a matter of fact, after Bitcoin, Ethereum is the next coin that has the highest market capitalization. How solid, again, do you expect it to be? It can't be any more solid than this. So to answer the question of, I think that's Abimbola Akoni on YouTube, it can be more solid than it already is. It can be more solid than it already is. Ethereum is number 2, and it has over $25 billion worth of $25 billion already invested in it. How can I withdraw cash? I'm based in Qatar. Okay, most of these questions are supposed to be for tomorrow, but because you're here, I'm going to give you that as a bonus. Now, it's very easy to withdraw cash in any country. As a matter of fact, yes, thank you for this. Somebody said that the money in Million Money cannot be withdrawn. That is just audio money, it's digital money. Now, this is one of the dumbest things I've heard all my life. I mean, it's so dumb. I just got thinking, like, how does somebody come up with this kind of dumb idea? How does somebody do that? For you to exchange any currency, in fact, for you to spend any currency, provided it's not in your local currency, for you to spend any currency, you would have to exchange it. You have to exchange that particular currency to your own local currency. You have to exchange that particular currency to your local currency. Now, for you to withdraw cash, I already explained this in one of my videos. For you to convert your Ethereum to cash, all you need to do is to look for an exchange that you will sell your Ethereum to and will give you your local currency. You're based in Qatar, so whatever your local currency is, you look for an exchange that will do that. And I'm sure if you could connect with me after this call, we'll be able to find you an exchange or a peer-to-peer system that can help you convert your Ethereum to cash. It's actually one of the easiest aspects of this business. Okay, so Killer, okay, you can exchange your crypto for your local currencies via exchanges. Yes, thank you very much, Taiwo Adefala. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm still taking questions. Okay, I saw one of the YouTube videos about level 4. Okay, so this question is going to be taken tomorrow. Please be sure to bring this question tomorrow. I want a verification. Hope after level 5 from level 6, there will be no need for crowdfunding. The whole project is a crowdfunding system. So you would be crowdfunding to, but you see, before I go, what we need to understand is crowdfunding makes sense when you have a certain amount that you want to crowdfund to. How much do you hope to get from your crowdfunding business? Now, this is very key, because if you don't understand this aspect, you are going to be losing money. And by losing money, I mean you will lose vibe, you would misunderstand the project, and you're going to get out of it as quickly as you came in. So you need to understand when you are entering the project. Okay, for instance, when I was getting into the project, I had a target of recruiting 2,000 persons first, and I stuck to it. So when I got my 100, 200, 300, I was not satisfied. I kept on recruiting. And knowing fully well that this is a crowdfunding system, the more people you recruit, the more money you get. So that's one way you can set a target. The second way you can set a target is, how much do I actually need? Okay, I need $5,000. How can I get it? And how soon do I need it? So once you know that, you say, okay, at level 4, I would have gotten so, 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 and so. At level this, I would have gotten so, so, and so. Then you start. You just get started. You get started. It's a crowdfunding system, which means you need more people. Now, a lot of people don't understand. Let me break something down before I close up. It's different from needing more money to make money with million money. What you need here is more people, and more people will need more people. Once you come into this business, you are now your CEO. You are the manager, marketing manager. You are the chief executive officer. You are everything about this, your particular business, because you are the one that came in for a crowdfunding business. You're the one that knows how much you need exactly. And only you, I mean you alone, can determine your success in this business. So make sure you have a goal, make sure you have a target, and stick with it. But by tomorrow, the second speaker, Blessing Ejedo, is going to be doing justice. And she's an amazing speaker. If you know her, she's very amazing, phenomenal lady. She's going to be doing justice for us in our day 2 of the Million Money Boot Camp. And I hope by then I would have more people on call and more questions, and then we'll be able to take them. So I'm going to check right now on the YouTube page to see if we have more questions. Okay, I think his question is not how solid, but what's the difference between this and Zafond? Okay, what's the difference between Ethereum and Zafond? I mean, it's so glaring. If you could just rewind, if you're watching these on YouTube, you can always take your time to watch this over and over again. Then you are going to see the difference, the major differences between Million Money and Zafond. But one of them I'll give you is the fact that Million Money, Zafond was built with Bitcoin. Ethereum was built. Million Money is built with Ethereum. And also, Zafond had a central a central administrator, and that means that his perception to the business or his attitude towards the business is going to affect the business completely. So that's one of the major differences. There are so many others but this is not a video talking about Zafond. So I believe I've been able to take the questions. Now I'm way past my time, and I promised that I was not going to exceed the time. But because of the break in network and break in transmissions, that's why I shot a little above 4 p.m. So guys, thank you so very much. Thank you very much for honoring this invitation. Thank you very much for being on the call with me today. The link, this same video is going to remain on the YouTube page. So at your own time, you can watch it over and over and over again till it makes sense. So please see you same time tomorrow, 3 p.m. for day 2 of the Million Money Bootcamp. Oh, thank you very much. I'm seeing a lot of people are saying awesome job, sir. Please, if you gained value, if you gained any value, please, I want to see it on the comment section. If you gained any value before I close this, let me see it on the comment section. Please put it on the comment on YouTube, on Zoom. Please let me see you. Drop it on the, okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, Kila Langua said, thank you very much. I'll get to you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm getting reactions. Awesome. So much value. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you from Afolami. Joseph said, thank you very much. Crypto Silas. Stephen Nebedum said, awesome, awesome. Kola Wole Emmanuel, thank you so much, sir. Olabis, amazing. Jibril, you are doing well. Adeomi Victor, I appreciate this. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. You're the reasons why we are doing this. So make sure you get all your prospect on call tomorrow, because tomorrow is when we are actually starting to dissect the million money cake. I'm glad I joined. Thanks. More grease to your elbow. Thank you, Afolami. Thank you so much. So, guys, tomorrow will be Bazooka. Oh, that's powerful. Or Labis Global. Thank you very much. Gain value. That's good. That's good. Thank God you gain value. Now, if you want to watch this presentation over and over again, please go to my YouTube page. You're going to be seeing the presentation raw, unedited. So you take your time and do your due diligence and watch it over and over again. So thank you very much. Till I come your way again tomorrow, have a blessed time and make sure you get as much people as you can on the call tomorrow. So please, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I hope to see you same time tomorrow. Thanks, my leaders, for always granting us knowledge. It's my pleasure, Mr. King Samuel. Thank you very much, guys.